Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Power Rangers Season 2, Episode 12 of my show, but this is about Episode 11 of Season 2. And Episode 11 in Season 2 is known as the Song of Guitardo. Now, but before I start talking about it, I just want to mention something. This is the last video before the Green No More 2-part episode. I just wanted to mention that since this is the last video before that one, so I wanted to mention it now just to get it out of the way. And I'll still be posting videos next week for my channel, but I won't be posting any on the weekend. But here's what I'm going to do for you guys. All next week, starting on Monday, after I get back from day program, I'm going to post a video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But like I said, the reason is because I got a family outing to go to next weekend. It's a wedding, so I figured for the sake of my YouTube channel purposes, I can make an exception and do one video per day during the week, just so that, and in a sense, it'll get a lot of segments of the episodes out of the way. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now I'm going to get into the actual episode here. This is History of Power Rangers Season 2, Episode 12 of my show, but this is about Episode 11 of Season 2. Now, but before I start talking about it again, I just want to mention, this is going to be the last video I do before the Green No More 2-part episode, and also after that, the next episode will sort of reference the Green No More episode, as well as deal with basically the fallout from both the Green No More 2-part episode and the after events of the Green Candle 2-part episode in Season 1 that I covered. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway, now getting into the actual episode here. This is History of Power Rangers Season 2, Episode 12 of my show, but this is about Episode 11. And Episode 11 in the original Power Rangers second season is known as the Song of Guitardo. Now the reason why it's called, I'm going to explain why it's called that, when it gets to the segment with Zedd. I just wanted to get that out of the way, basically. And now the way this episode starts off is, the Rangers are preparing for a picnic, and basically what happens is after that, because they're going to be having a picnic outside in the park, basically. And then basically what happens after that is Kimberly brings her guitar along, and she tells the Rangers that she's been practicing on the guitar and stuff. And well, actually what happens is Zack goes over to where Kimberly is, and then she wonders about if the others have gotten the stuff ready for the picnic in the park, and Zack said that as far as he knows they have, and they're just getting everything ready. And then she basically asks Zack for some help, and And Zack wonders what she wants help with, and then she tells Zack that she's been working on this song about their friendship, like hers and the Rangers' friendship and stuff like that. And because at this point Tommy is basically going on like a summer break kind of thing. Anyway, what basically happens is that she tells Zack that she's having trouble getting the lyrics correct, and then Zack basically finishes the rest of the sentence where he figures out what she's basically saying is she needs his help to figure out the right lyrics to go with it. And then she starts playing the song, and then with like down the road, and then after that Zack basically said that that's pretty good, and then they decide to work on the rest of the song together, and then it goes into where Zedd is, and then Zedd overhears that segment of it, and then when he overhears that segment, he's like, "So, the Pink Ranger likes to write songs on the guitar, does she? Perfect. I'll use that guitar and turn it against the Rangers." And spell on it and turn it against the Rangers. But then when Goldar overhears that segment, I don't really think it's complaining, but he actually just mentions to his master that the guitar is made of wood. It's not basically alive, so technically, since it's not alive, Zedd can't make a monster from it. But then when Zedd overhears Goldar's complaining a little with his plan, he tells Guitardo that silence brings food where there is, where there is wood, there are insects. And this is technically, I can't really remember, but I think this is the first episode of Power Rangers in this second season where the monster that Zedd creates is an insect based creature, because I say first instance because I don't think he created an insect based monster up until this point, at least not to my knowledge anyway. Then he basically, after that, when Goldar finds out about the insect things, he wonders how his master's plan will come into effect with a bug, basically, and then he tells Goldar that he'll cast a spell on the Pink Ranger's guitar, and it will become his Guitardo monster. Now I'm going to explain. The monster that he's going to create from a cicada is called the Guitardo, which is kind of an awkward name for a monster in the fact that it's a bug-based monster. Now the reason why it's called the Guitardo though is because its main weapon is gonna be a hypnotic guitar. Anyway, what basically happens is after that, then it goes into a scene where then Zedd puts his plan into motion, but not for now though. Then it goes back to where the Rangers are. They're in the park having the picnic, and then Bulk and Skull are causing a little trouble, trying to get the Power Rangers' attention, and then Skull with this guy and the damsel in distress calls for the Power Rangers to help, but because he's being scared he's being chased by a scary monster. And then after that, basically what happens is basically what happens after that is the Skull starts complaining with Bulk, and then after Bulk decides that he wants to be the base for James. Now, this is the part of the episode where I think Bulk uses a little bit of, what's the word for it? Reverse, psychology. Now, the reason why I say reverse psychology is because I think you guys know what reverse psychology is. It's basically a thing where someone says something to try to get someone else to disapprove of them so that they still end up like it. Anyway, end up doing it in the first place. I don't know what the actual terminology for reverse psychology is, but if someone could let me know in the comment section below, just please, just let me know ahead of, so I can figure that out. Anyway, what basically happens is, after that, the Rangers are in the park, and then they overhear the thing with, where Bulk and Skull are, so they go over to where it is, and then they see that it's actually Bulk and Skull causing trouble, and then they're saying that, then, Bulk and Skull are wondering what they're doing there, because the Power Rangers could have showed up, and then, basically Billy says that they shouldn't have done it, and then basically they shouldn't have, and then Trini said that they shouldn't cry wolf, and then basically Skull wonders if it will cry what, now basically what she means when she says cry wolf, I think you all know what cry wolf means. It's when you ask someone for help, but you don't actually, like, you do it as kind of a joke. Like, if you do it twice, they believe you, but if you do it a third time, they think that it's a part of, and it's the first two times and it's part of a joke. But if you do it the third time and something does happen, and if you do it too many times and something does happen when you do cry wolf in this case, I'm just using the wolf thing as an analogy. Anyway, if you do cry for help and when you need it this time, the third time, and people might not help you because of the fact that they might think it's a part of the joke. And then after that, the Rangers go off to, where they go on back into the part with the picnic, and then basically, Skull, says that, can they believe those bleeds? They actually think wolves is out here, and then basically they start running and trying to get the Power Rangers' attention again. And then, after that, after they're running around one more time, a cicada lands on, I think it might be Skull's shoulder, and then, basically, Zedd uses that as an opportunity to create his Guitardo monster from the insect that was on Skull's shoulder, and that's what creates the monster. And then after that, Zordon contacts the Rangers on their communicators to tell them about the situation about the monster in the park, and he tells them to basically teleport to the command center. But Jason wonders if the monster is in the park, shouldn't they go deal with it now? But then Zordon explains that they need to be briefed before dealing with this monster first, which is kind of true. Now, the reason why I'm saying that's a good thing in this case is because of what the monster's power is. Basically, the Guitardo monster has a musical guitar, which is basically used as Kimberly's guitar as the bass, like it's used as the bass for creating the Guitardo monster's guitar, which has the ability to cast a hypnotic spell. So in this case, it makes sense that they need to be briefed on how to deal with the Guitardo this time around before they actually fight it, because of the whole thing that makes kind of sense. Anyway, getting back into it, the Rangers teleport to the command center, and then after that, then Zordon explains to the Rangers about the Guitardo monster's power, and they wonder how they can basically defeat it, and then basically Zordon explains that the Guitardo can only be defeated if they concentrate and don't let his mind-controlling music reach their minds, basically. And then basically what happens is after that, they go to deal with the Guitardo, and then basically what happens is after that, they morph to deal with the Guitardo, like I said, and then after that what basically happens is they start fighting the Guitardo monster, and then it uses its guitar to take control of the of 4 of the 6 Rangers, and then after that it makes a couple of boasts in a rhyme about a fair and stuff, and then after that basically Kimberly contacts Zordon on the communicator to tell them about what happened with the Guitardo, with the Guitardo monster, and she's wondering if her friends are going to be okay where they are. And then Tommy decides to go to the fair as the Guitardo monster suggested to deal with it, and then once the Guitardo shows up, once Tommy shows up at the fairground, the Guitardo, and Tommy start fighting, and then basically what happens is, it says to Tommy that he voted, his phone number goes green as a goner, and then he voted just for him, and then basically Tommy tells the Guitardo that the only one who has a goner is him, and by him I mean the Guitardo monster, and basically what happens after that is they start fighting, and then the Guitardo monster tries to use its music to take control of Tommy's mind, but he manages to play music on his Dragon Dagger on the flute segment of it, and then after that what basically happens is that's when Tommy realizes that he has to fight music with music, which in this case, since music is being as a weapon to attack the Rangers, it makes sense for it to be a weapon that can be used against it. And then basically after that, the Guitardo monster tells the Green Ranger that he doesn't do duets, he's strictly a solo act. And then after that, basically the Pink Ranger shows up, and then the Pink Ranger and the Guitardo monster start fighting as well. And then what happens after that is once the Guitardo try to use its music to basically overtake it, and then overtake the Pink Ranger, but she counteracts it, and by the counteracts it, what I mean is she uses her power bow like a harp, like, you know what a harp is? It's like a musical instrument that has these strings on it where you slide your fingers on it and it makes a noise, basically. So she uses the bow segment of the power bow as a chord, like a harp to blast it with music, and then she informs Tommy about having to fight the Guitardo with music, and then after that, basically what happens is the Guitardo says that it seems like everyone's getting in on the act, but as he told them, he plays solo, and then basically Tommy said to basically combine their powers by combining it means using Kimberly's power bow with his dragon dagger to destroy the Guitardo, and then they managed to destroy it, and then basically that frees the rest of the Rangers from the Guitardo's spell, and then basically after that Zedd gets upset that he lost again, and then it goes into a scene where the Rangers are in the youth center finishing up their picnic. Now the reason why they're in the youth center finishing the picnic up is it's because basically it started raining in this segment of the episode, so that's why they were in the youth center having the picnic and this time around. And then after that, Bulk and Skull show up, and they're wanting the Rangers to help them get out of help Bulk get out of his headgear, and then they're saying that they will if they promise not to cry wolf anymore, and then Bulk says that they won't, but his fingers are crossed, and then after that they manage to get the helmet off of him, and then basically what happens after that is that Tommy says that he's gonna miss this and then basically what happens is Kimberly tells Tommy that they wrote him a song to kind of cheer him up, and then her and Zack wrote up a song to help cheer him up, and then basically they start playing it, and then after the song finishes, it ends on a quiet note, and then after that, that's basically where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video when I post it, I am still going to post it today, but I'll probably post it later today anyway, maybe after supper. So if you guys like this video when I post it, just please give this video the real best you guys can, and I will see you guys probably Monday for the next video. So until then, guys, like I always tell you with this series, just please give this video the real best you guys can, and I will see you guys next time. And like I always tell you with this series, may the power protect you always.